My own channel. That's professional, right? Just like randomly seeing if your own shit works. Okay. Ah, it says I'm live. Yippee! All right, sounds good to me. Okay, it gave me a notification on my own phone saying I'm
Hey,
live. There we go.
I got
All
the notification for it.
right. Ironic. All right, greetings
It's because I
everybody.
have your
What?
YouTube notifications on. I see everything you upload.
Sounds sounds good. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to. Actually, I should bring up OBS so I'm actually looking at the. Yeah, there we go. Welcome to just a random constructive criticism live stream that I'm doing. Yes, just because the Sword and Shield DLC was actually revealed, and let's cut to the chase. I thought Dragonite was gonna be. I thought I would literally be having to dig in his grave and right there and then, but no. Apparently, that's not the case. So, yippee! But there is other things to discuss, such as the stuff that they have revealed, the overall environment itself, and the various things you can do. Not everything was shown. Not all returning Pokemon have been shown, but what we do have is interesting. But is it promising? I can't really say yes or no. I will be fair though and judge this on a $15 price point. Not necessarily 30 because there's two parts to the whole expansion, so we'll just split the price down the middle and call this a $15 expansion on its own, the first part. I have with me GMH Games, my buddy Greg. Say hey.
Hello. Also, I don't know if it's just Discord or the microphone itself, but you're very echoey, but I'm going to try the very best that I can to
If you're watching the live stream, that
keep
will
up.
probably be it.
Oh, God, of course not. I wouldn't be watching something I'm in. I don't really get guest starred on other people's videos that
Oh, it's like, hold on, let me watch myself. I mean, technically, I'm doing that right now, twice, 3 times if you count my phone. God, man, I'm desperate for views, aren't I? I'm watching myself 3 times. Anyway, I'm not here to make fun of myself. That's a different video. But yes, I have on my phone. Yes, I'm doing this unprofessionally because when do I do anything ever do anything professional? I'm gonna have Cerebi.net, and they have everything we need to know. Well, everything that's been shown so far. Now, one thing that I will point off right off the bat, and I'm just gonna shut this down right away, is that yes, certain aspects of this expansion pass you have to pay the money to get. I know people have been up my ass saying, well, you can get everything by Pokemon Home or by trading with someone else. Bullshit, because there's some things like Galarian Slowbro, for example, that you can only access by getting the expansion pass. So, yeah, this, of course, what do you, I mean, they're going to go with
is
the
will you get
Pokemon Go route
will
with
you
this
get
one.
to trade. The question is, will you get to trade the Pokemon to people who didn't buy the DLC? Does that even make it worth it in itself, or did they put a lock on it?
That's something that hasn't been discussed yet. I don't think they'll be that douchey and go the Pokemon Go route like what they did with Regigigas, where the only way to get him is by paying $8, and then fuck you, you don't have him in the end if you don't pay up. But yeah, I don't know. That's debatable. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something like they did with Pokemon Go and the mythical Pokemon EX raids, where they're cut out from trading for a long period of time, and then later on down the road, once they have everybody's money that wants to do it, they'll make it trading for later. Who knows? But that's debatable. I mean, I hate to open it with a negative note, but I don't trust this company anymore with money at all. Especially especially going back to Pokemon Go. Yes, it may be a different person who's making it, but it's the same company that owns it. I do not like the monetization scheme so far. Like I've
Hey,
been
at
saying
least they're not
before.
like EA or Activision.
Oh, I don't
But
know about that
at least
because like I've been. All right, here's one thing I have to point out right away, Greg. Do you notice that like so many other things, like Cyberpunk 2077, for example, have been delayed at least a few weeks because of the whole COVID-19 thing, but this DLC has been conveniently on time? Something tells me that this was already made from the time the game came out, but they chose not to release it. Am I the only one who thinks that? Because I have a feeling
no,
that could be true. I don't have evidence,
I have
but
the
I will
same
find
thought.
it.
Trust me. You know it is because they, like I said, they charged $60 for a game that was probably only worth 40, and now we're getting some fresh deals. 40. 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 And now we're getting some fresh deals. 40
Oh, you cut out a bit there, but yeah, we got your point. Yeah, for sure.
Basically, what I'm saying is that the game was a fun time. I just don't think it was warranting the $60. So they had this
Hell
plan
no!
from the
I said
start.
that in my initial review. I said this is worth $40 at most. It feels like a 3DS game ported to the Switch instead of an actual Switch title like Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. Which is a shame too, because like I say, the game's not shit. I don't want anybody thinking that. I try to be as unbiased as I can, because I will admit the music is kick ass. I will listen to that shit on my spare time.
Oh no, that's like my ultimate wake me up at work music. I can't get enough of how or
Oh, and
or I'm
if
sorry,
it
hop.
and honestly, if you ever want to start a rave party randomly, just play that gym battle music. that will start up any party.
Don't forget that the sub story with Hop is warrant enough to make it a good game. I mean, he's pretty much jumped up to being my second favorite rival in Pokemon games.
I say Jum is obsessed with himself again. No, I don't know. I wouldn't say
We
that.
made game. That's how impressive it was.
All right. Well, let's discuss one of the first things. I just want to get it out get it out right away. I hate the Galarian legendary birds. They are all bad. In terms of like, I don't know, design, I don't see the appeal. Especially when you made Moltres look like a bootleg Yveltal. Yeah, that's the same typing and everything.
Aside from the birds, what do you think about all the other legendaries appearing in Mega Max Raid battles? What do you think that's going to involve? Are they all special,
Is that
or is
coming
that
out now or in
literally
the Winter Tundra? It's not called Winter Tundra. It's called Crown Tundra. Well, I keep calling it Winter Tundra, which is the name of the Spyro 2 stage. The Crown Tundra. I think the legendary Pokemon are coming until then, right? That's what I'm seeing on Cerebi.
I
Unless
have
they're maybe
absolutely
wrong.
no idea, to be honest. They didn't even specify that. They just showed like a bunch of brief clips, but all the legendaries were there. Well, not all of them, but the ones that were featured on box arts were there. Not Mewtwo, but
And the
Mewtwo
Lotties.
is of
Yeah,
course
the
a
Lotties
given.
too. Apparently they made it to the game. So that means every member of Team Lottie Night made it. Except for one. You know who. I'm not going to say it. But then again, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather have Dragonite be one of the 200 that are banned, and yes, I know I said his name anyway, instead of him being in the game just to have his form changed. Have him banned for the entire gen. Please. If it means that he won't get fucked, that's fine by me. Leave him in the background. Let everyone forget that he exists. Except in the anime, apparently. But yes, I'm not a fan of the legendary birds. I'll just say that one more time. Articuno is probably the most interesting one, I will say. That's probably the least offensive of the bunch. Zapdos is a literal dodo bird now, which we already have Doduo and Dodrio for that, so I don't know why you would do that. So, and changing their typing to make them exactly what they're not now, because Articuno is no longer Arctic, and Moltres is no longer Molten, and Zapdos no longer goes Zap. So I guess you just killed the whole thing with them three, because of course you did. What's next? You gonna... Oh, fuck, I'm not gonna say it. I literally almost just said it, and every time I say something, it happens. I'm not gonna do it this time. Nope,
Hey,
not
I'll
gonna do
say
it.
it.
No,
Generic red bird, generic blue bird, generic yellow
no, I was
bird.
gonna say something I was gonna predict that was gonna happen, and I'm scared to.
Yeah, you need to stop opening your mouth. I've noticed this too. Every time I join you in one of these streams and you
Okay,
blurt
fine.
something
I'll
out, it ends
fucking
up
say it because I
happening.
know people. I know people are dying to hear me say this, but imagine if they take the dragon out of Dragonite and make him a fairy type instead. I had a dream about that
That seems
once.
hard.
I had a dream about that once, and it wasn't pretty. I actually, yeah. I remember waking up feeling extremely pissed. Not even the fact that it was a dream, the fact that I even thought about it at all. All right. So more. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked, but that's what it is with these CC videos. I always do that. Let's look at the region itself. I would say that, judging by this, it looks pretty well sized. I would say that maybe perhaps the size alone, you're getting what you pay for. I mean, it's hard to judge by a map, but to me, it kind of resembles the Zero Isles in terms of size. If you think about it, from Fire Red Leaf Green, I would say it's about the size of those. I don't know. I don't know about you.
With- and And I'm sure, as with you, that's the number one thing you're worried about, is if it's going to be big enough to warrant $15 extra.
Well, yeah, you don't want to pay $15 and just for like I don't know a miniature sandbox. I mean,
I
it
would
would
not
still.
want to pay $15 if to finish. That seems like a waste of time. It better last at least, I don't know, 8 hours.
That's the thing. I mean, they do have some various modes and a side story, but I don't know if it's anything like the post game of the original Sword and Shield. That's not really that long, so yeah, you might have to try a little bit harder than that, guys. But I mean, that's their whole selling point is the whole the brand new Gigantamax forms, the brand new legendaries, which are gonna be locked behind this. There's no way around it. It wouldn't even surprise me if they made them untradeable. And if that's the case, it would be really douchey if the fact that they made these new Gigantamax and Legends a little bit on the overpowered side just to persuade tournament players to get the pass. That would be a little. I'm sorry that I think that pessimistically, but I don't trust this company anymore. I don't. After the full freaking Dexit thing and they got caught lying, if it weren't for those leakers, nobody would have found out about this shit until after they had the game in their possession and couldn't return it. So that's the main reason why I don't trust this company anymore. If they were just flat out honest from the beginning, I would have way more high hopes and high praise for this. But I have to see everything with a freaking magnifying glass now because I don't trust it. But I need to look at the yeah. So what are the other new Galarian forms that were confirmed? I think it was just them and the birds. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was just Slowbro and the birds because Slow King isn't coming until the Crown Tundra. It's like a special item you have to get with them. Yeah, that's kind of funny how they did that. How they had you could get Slowpoke for free, but you can't evolve it unless you have the pass. That's kind of douchey, but it's a great marketing ploy, huh? I mean, it sounds like I'm talking about Pokemon Go because this is the same crap that they do now, which is just sad. I shouldn't be comparing a mobile game to a AAA game. That's not right.
Pokemon Go spend
Which is, I mean, don't even get me going on that. I already spent a 50
your money.
minute video on that whole thing. I don't need to go back. Yeah, so there's new tutor moves and apparently there's a thing called Dynamax Adventures coming to the Crown Tundra, which I think is just more raid battles and they're just calling it something different. Great job with that one. We're not stupid. Yeah, I might as well look at the pre-release screenshots because that's probably the best thing just to see if we can get an idea of how big they are. I should show them on screen, but I'm too lazy. Deal with it. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's right. The new Reggies. All of a sudden, the new was it a new electric type and a new dragon Reggie out of nowhere just because. All right, that's a very interesting choice, and I mean I guess it's better than making Galarian Reggies because it probably wouldn't make it once again wouldn't make any sense because Regice wouldn't be ice, just like with the birds, but. It's still an interesting take. I mean, hell, I mean I mean at least you're adding something new without completely changing the old, which you did that for the Reggies. Why didn't you do that with anything else that actually mattered? I know.
Are you referring to the fact that the Reggies are shown to still have their puzzles and stuff there too? I'm kind of hoping it'll be something just like the original Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire, where I had to like really think here because I don't like things being handed to me really.
Instead of Braille, it's a text-to-speech puzzle. I don't know where I was going with that. That sounds so dumb. But hey, it would be fun, right? The new obviously all the starters have Gigantamax forms now, which to be honest they should because yeah they should. I'll be honest. That's if there's any Pokemon to get Gigantamax forms, it would be the three starters. I mean, it's pretty much like the original Kanto starters getting Megas back in the day, and of course they have Gigantamax forms too because of course it was inevitable. Obviously, Venusaur and Blastoise would get them, and because Charizard obviously had one. Except I hate to break it to everyone who's a Venusaur and Blastoise fan, but you're gonna have to pay up that $30 if you want them. Oops.
I feel like it's important to ask, but the starters for the game are also getting their Gigantamax forms. Do you think they're going to just give it to the starter we had, or do they let us pick something? Or is it an item? Because they're not just going to give us a random a Sobble, Scorbunny, or Grookey in the middle of the game and expect us, hey, train that bad boy up. You got to get it.
That is actually a really good question.
I mean, given the whole dojo thing, you would think that they're going to probably try to teach it to whichever one you have currently. That's my guess so far, and I'm hoping that's how it is because
My
I
guess is
actually
that
spent like
my guess
40
is
hours trying to
probably
get
going to
Shiny
be
Sobble
something
from Egg,
story
and I finally
related.
got it.
Yeah, it probably is going to be something story related.
I
Maybe
absolutely hope so, because I did not spend 40 hours to get Shiny Sobble to have to train another one for it.
40 hours. That's like, which is funny because I think the 40 hours to get that one shiny is probably like 3 times more the entire length of the regular game story.
It took a lot of egg hatching, but it was so worth it to run.
Oh my god. And I thought I was crazy
That's
trying to
what
get a
I like
dragon
that
pickaxe in
Dragon.
RuneScape for fucking like 50 hours straight. Which, yeah, I got to sell for a cool 13 mil right after, but think about the freaking the coin to hour work payout. It wasn't worth it at the end. Oh my god. But yeah, in terms of like the designs, one thing I will say is the fact that if this is such a kid friendly game, how the hell are they able to get away with freaking yeah, fuck, what the Inteleon? Yeah, I shows you how much I fucking care about Sword and Shield. How do they get away with Inteleon having a literal fucking sniper rifle? I'm pretty sure. I don't care if you call it water. That's still a gun. I don't
Hey
care.
man, we have a squirt. Listen, big boy, we have a squirt gun emoji, and that's still a gun, but it shoots water, just like Inteleon's gun. So your argument is invalid here.
This is a squirt gun that put a bullet in between your eyes.
Oh no, you're right.
It's still pretty funny though. He literally becomes a sniper tower. No, he doesn't go on top of a sniper tower. He is the sniper tower. See, like designs like that are actually pretty cool. I will admit. Yeah, I know I say I hate Gigantamax forms, but shit like that is actually interesting. Not whatever the fuck Charizard is with fucking 50 flames coming out of him. It's like that is lazy as shit. This is actually creative. I mean, I wouldn't consider that. I wouldn't consider freaking Cinderace or whatever with a giant fucking flaming soccer ball to be really interesting. Honestly, I think whoever came up with that design probably thought of it in 5 seconds, but eh. And then Rillaboom is just a giant fucking drum set because why not? But yeah, and then the whole thing. I'm not a fan of the Gigantamax forms of Blastoise and Venusaur. If you like it, go for it. But nah, to me it just seems like they're trying way too hard to put the badass in the Pokemon that doesn't need it.
I wasn't paying too much attention to their appearances, but I distinctly remember Blastoise, and I'm definitely not a fan of that one because, I mean, come on, all they did was just add like 10 more cannons.
That's what I'm saying. You're just adding shit, just like Charizard with the flames. Like he doesn't need flames coming out of everywhere. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't have flames coming out of his ass. At least that would have been funny. And then Venusaur just looks like it looks like something happened and he's just afraid. Like he just wants to hide himself from life. Just I don't know. And what is with these weird ass fucking like triangle diamond patterns on them? Charizard had it too on its stomach. It looks like this weird queer wallpaper design. It looks like something I would find in my grandmother's house instead of a cool design that should be on one of these Pokemon. I mean, I don't know. Would I don't know. Would would a Gigantamax Venusaur help my grandmother with the garden? Who the hell knows? But my main thing is, and I really hope that there's a story a story or some sort of like progression system that lasts at least 5 hours. That is the minimum, 5 hours. I don't want this wild area, whatever, should be at least 2/3 of the size of the regular one that we have. Yes, 2/3. $15, remember, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for this. That's a quarter of the entire value of the whole game. So yes, I expect this to be at least half to 2/3 of the size of the original wild area. Oh, another thing that really pisses me off, and it kind of would be really dickish if they pulled off the untradeable thing, is remember certain Pokemon will only appear in a specific version, so in order to get the full experience, you have to buy both DLC passes for both games. That is not cool. I guess with that being said, I guess the only way to fully complete the decks is to trade one way or another, but it still is something to consider. Like I don't. It's bad enough you doing the whole Sword and Shield exclusivity thing with the Pokemon, and now you're having the expansion pass have its own exclusive ones, which it's overkill at this point. I don't know. It's just. I guess some people could compare that to like Fire Red and Leaf Green, if you think about it, because the for Gen 3 games, you couldn't trade any of like the Gen 1 or Gen 2 Pokemon for the most part until you got those games. I guess you could say that if you're really stretching it, but I wouldn't compare it to that. Even though I just did. Shut your mouth. Yes, there's going to be new moves and new abilities, which is, once again, interesting. Once again, it seems like they're locking off content just to sell it to you later. I hope these new moves and shit that your Pokemon can learn are not tutor exclusive, but I'm guessing they are. I'm just going to assume. G-Max moves are new, and there's a Galarian... Oh no, the Galarian Star Tournament will be in the Crown Tundra. That's one thing to consider. So maybe there'll be special tournament modes for those who only buy the DLC. So maybe they're going to go the Bethesda route with the whole special pass so you can get to special tournaments. Who knows? That could be the case. I'm just making assumptions. I don't 100% know. Obviously, there's the new legends that come with the expansion pass as well. So I'm actually gonna look at what you guys have to say. So. Yeah, so what is my speculation on the whole thing? I don't know. It is intriguing. I am interested in it. I will not buy it myself because, like I said, I didn't even buy the original game for myself. I pretty much cheated during my review and only watched other sources just to get my own opinion on it. I know that's not the official way to do it, but I still gave my full unbiased opinion on the whole thing, and I will do it here for when this comes out as well. I really do not want to see like a headlines and freaking news article saying, "Oh, the whole Sword and Shield expansion is a freaking ripoff," because that's not what we want to see. We want this to be good. We want to have I want a reason for this to be the value that it is. I don't want this to be just a quick like cash grab or whatever. Especially with this being the first of two DLCs. So this has a lot to live up for. So if this has a bad reputation or a bad rep or a bad first impression, then the second one automatically is going to have some eyebrows raised before it even comes out, and that comes out in I said October. That's not true. I don't know. It's somewhere in the fall. But what we have so far, a little bit of extra content, the returning Pokemon, that automatically pisses me off. You literally just paywalled Pokemon when you said you wouldn't. Don't give me that you can trade it or do it in Pokemon Home thing, because somebody has to buy the pass or somebody has to buy Pokemon Home to do it. You're still getting money from somebody, if not both parties. So someone still has to pay a fee in order for the community to get the full experience, which sucks. Even if it's not you specifically paying, then whoever you're trading is going to pay. So either way, they're getting money from somebody. I don't know if you're still there or if you're just letting me just bitch at this point. Oh, I think we lost him, actually, because I think he had to go grab food, but that's fine. It's all good though. So let me see what I had to say. There's like 7 people watching. Yeah. So what do you call it? So I say, sad part is that my friend who lives home doesn't care about the drama. He just calls nonsense. It's not really drama. Like I said, I don't want this to fail. I want, like I say, I may be kind of pessimistic with the whole thing, and I may not trust the company, but that doesn't mean I want Pokemon to fail. Hell no. I hate to be that freaking douchebag, but do you see all that shit back there? That's at least $1,000 I spent out of my own money for shit that I love about the game. I am a fan of Pokemon, and I want to support the series if I feel it deserves it. I'm not going to dump money into a product that I know is a ripoff. Or, well, that's trying to word this without sounding like an idiot. If I feel like this isn't a full value or worth the money, I'm not going to support them like this because the thing of it is it may be not as bad now, but we've already caught them lying about several things: the animations, the Dexit, whatever. Who's to say that if
I'm still here, but you're cutting out quite a bit on my end.
Oh, that's
So
probably
I'm never
why.
sure when to chime in because I don't want to interrupt you and I don't want to cut you off. But Discord is being
Yeah, Discord's like that. I hate it, but sorry about that. What was I saying? But yeah, like I said, it may be not as bad now, but who's to say they're not going to become EA or Activision eventually and make things worse as we go along? I don't even want to fucking know what Gen 9 looks like. Because if eventually all the Pokemon are resold to us back as DLC, because right now I think if you include this specific DLC and then the main game, I think it's like 630 or something. So like 75% roughly of the Pokemon are going to be in it. I know there's going to be another DLC with the rest of them. It's really stupid that they wouldn't. And I know if there's anything about Gen 9 saying, oh, we're not going to put it all in it because we didn't have it before. Bullshit, because you're selling it right here. So they already burnt that excuse. So I'm not falling for any of this crap anymore. But besides that, if what they have here is a legitimate good value, like if it's worth, I'm just going to call it 15 for the first half because that's what it is. It's 15 for the first one. If this is actually worth the 15, like if there's at least like a 5-hour like story or progressive thing you could go through, and then there's the new Isle of Armor, whatever it's called. Yeah, I already forget the name. But if that actually is if you can spend like a decent like 15 to 20 hours roughly in this and actually find a lot of things to do by that, I would say it's definitely worth your money for sure. It still rubs me the wrong way how they're locking like certain Gigantamax forms and shit, even though I don't like it, but I still have to point this out. It still rubs me the wrong way that they're locking certain forms and shit behind this paywall, because I don't know if the Gigantamax forms are tradable. I'm not 100% sure. If someone knows the answer to that, please let me know. But if that is the case, then yeah, you're going to be at a disadvantage in tournaments if you don't buy this DLC. Just flat out. If certain Pokemon are locked and they are usable in tournaments, you're going to be at a disadvantage in some way, shape, or form. Because you won't have the experience unless you look it up on your own and watch videos. There's really no way to like gain the experience and knowledge of these new forms and shit without having to get it yourself, or you can't use it yourself. So yeah, I'm really hoping that the new content is interesting, but is it promising? I don't know. That's up in the air. I'm very neutral about it. I'm not against it, but I'm not quite with it either. Except if they pull that Gigantamax Dragonite card, then nope, you're getting a bunch of these. I'm out. I'm done. No, all right. Don't do it. I've been saying that the past month, and I thought his time has come. I think in terms of pseudo legends, I think him and Salamence are the only two that aren't in it, which is kind of weird, but maybe they're the two least popular. Actually, that's bullshit because Salamence is way more popular than Dragonite. He's at least in the top 100, I think. So it would. So either they're such background characters that they'd feel not the need to announce them, and they actually are in the first DLC, or there's something bigger planned and they just haven't told us yet. I do not want to know what the answer is, but We'll find that out soon. But he does in his spare. I play Red Dead Redemption 2 on my spare time. Thank you. That game is good. And I got that for a discount on Black Friday. I only paid $25 for that game, so eat my shorts on that one. All right, so if Discord is acting in normal, Greg, I want you to say your final thoughts. If you can hear me, because Discord likes to act up. You're probably not there. Discord. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yes. That's all right. Yeah. Fucking Discord, man. This is why I don't like using Discord for anything. Especially live streams, because it just never works. They're not like that well, it's not like that anymore, the $500 thing from YouTube. That stopped a while ago. If there's anything I can give Niantic credit for, is that they put a stop to that and banned players and shit right away. So that's good. Yeah, so I don't think I will. I mean, as much as I have compared this game to Pokemon Go several times, it's definitely not nearly as bad as Go, for sure. I mean, at least with this, you're still. One thing I can say, at least with Sword and Shield, you're paying one or two, like in this case, one full price of $90 and you get everything. With Pokemon Go, you could spend $1,000 and not make an inch of progress, and that's being truthful. So that's there's a big difference between the two games now. I mean, hell, fuck, might as well say it. Pokemon Go purposely made specific timed events so strict that most players would not be able to finish them in time, and yet they're selling the reward for $8 now. How convenient. That's for another video, though, which I probably won't even bother because I'm sick of talking about them and their crap. But in terms of the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC, I want this to succeed. I want there to be a shitload of content. Like I said, at least 15 hours of gameplay, 15 to 20. There should be at least that amount of time for this. I hope it is. I really do. I want this to succeed. Give me a reason why you locked this behind a paywall. Don't let this look like something you whipped up in 2 fucking seconds and purposely hid it behind a paywall, because I will call you out on that shit. Trust me, I know that when I see it. But we won't know until 2 weeks from now. That's pretty much that, and then the whole thing with Dragonite and or Salamence, who knows? So, that's interesting. But I think that'll be it. Unfortunately, Discord doesn't want to work anymore, so our buddy Greg is still off. I apologize for that. So yeah, probably going to end the stream here. There may be another stream today. And that will probably be a Mugen stream when I get to it. It'll either be today or it will be tomorrow, but there will be a Mugen stream. I don't know what channel it's going to be on. It might be on mine or it might be on Stargazer. I know. How professional is that? There may be a stream or not, and it may be on this channel or not. So, alright. And there might be a Mugen stream today, and if so, either it'll be today or tomorrow. But that makes no sense. There may be a Mugen stream today or tomorrow, and it may be on either my channel or Stargazer's channel. There you go. I don't know which it is, so hopefully you're subscribed to both and you can keep up to date. Yeah, there you go, Stargazer. I promoted your channel again. I better get paid. Alright. Alright, so that'll probably be it for this one. I know it went on for like a half an hour. I always do that. I always ramble on about stupid shit with these videos, for sure. But yeah, that's all the thing that I have to say. The legendary birds look dumb. The Reggies are interesting. The new Gigantamax forms, some of them actually are interesting, and I do like them. Yes, I will admit. And judging by the map size and stuff, this looks pretty big. But then again, looks are deceiving. It may not be up to scale. Who knows? I'm hoping that it's at least the size of the Zero Isles from Fire Red and Leaf Green, because those are pretty lengthy, and they took a few hours of your time. And I hope the whole thing in general, because I think there is a side storyline and whatnot, I hope that the whole package together is worth at least 15 hours of gameplay. That's $1 per hour of gameplay, which, yes, in terms of the new content and the returning content, yeah, I would say that it's a pretty good deal if that's the case. But only time will tell. Alright, Game Freak and Pokemon Company, this is your last chance. Don't disappoint me for a third time. And don't make me have to dig that grave. I don't have the money to buy a tombstone right now. I'm being hypothetical. I wouldn't actually really do that. Oh yeah, and I might as well just get I've been playing this card long enough before I go. Dragonite's Phantom isn't actually going to die if he gets a Gigantamax form. The only thing that I fear of is that fanboys will be so obsessed over the new form that they're gonna freaking harass me to use it again like they did with Charizard. And I don't want that to happen because you don't even know how obnoxious that was back in 2015, 2016. To the point where I literally had to stop being a Charizard fan entirely because I couldn't stand them. So that's the whole thing with being dead, where the new forms is so appealing to fans that the regular form doesn't exist anymore, pretty much. That's the only fear that I have with Dragonite being dead. So Dragonite will still be Dragonite. It's not like the form is a permanent replacement. The only thing that could be is if a Galarian Dratini decides to show up, and don't get me started on that. But that's the whole thing with that. I've been playing the whole Dragonite's gonna die card, but it's pretty much a half joke, half not sort of thing. But now you know the metaphor behind the whole thing. So I had to get my point across in case people think I'm overreacting, but I am. That's the whole comedy. I am overreacting. But all right, so that'll be it. Sorry, I had to get that point across just because I know there's gonna be some people questioning me. So. Greg, I don't know where you are, but thanks for joining me for the moment that you did. I'm sorry that Discord fucking shit out on you. So
I am still here, but yeah, it's gotten to that point where I can't understand what you're saying, so I don't know what to add.
Sorry. No, I meant to say, well, very quickly, what is your thoughts on the whole thing now they have you? Fuck. Okay. Oh no, Discord.
Do I think they're going to do it again in the future? Probably, because that seems to be the way of the future. Do I want them to actually put an effort into it? Also, yes.
For sure, yeah. So, nothing else to say about the new forms, new content and stuff. So that's pretty much all we have to say. I pretty much probably said everything that needs to be said. What our hopes are and stuff. Like I said, I want this to succeed, but also I wouldn't be surprised if this was just another cash grab. Well, this is a lot. Like I said. Last chance, Game Freak and Pokemon Company. This is your last chance because if you pull any stupid shenanigans with this and make this literally just like make this a fucking equivalent of a fucking bootleg indie project, I'm not buying Gen 9, 10, 11, or 12. Fuck it. The review for Gen 9 will come out early. It'll just be a 5-second video saying, "Don't bother." Alright, but that is all the time I have for this stream. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I love doing these CC videos just to get my point across, and I know other people have their opinions too. Like I said, all opinions are welcome. Express your inner dragons, what Team Launch Net Productions is all about. But keep an eye out for that Mugen stream that may or may not happen today and or tomorrow, or tomorrow, and may or may not be on my or Stargazer's channel. Confusing, I know. You're going to have to do a little searching to find it. If it may or may not be there. You'll get a notification, I'm pretty sure. Alright, but thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Greg, for sticking with me. Sorry Discord was acting up, but I appreciate it.
It's all good, man. Anytime.
Alright. Be sure to check out his channel. He actually has some really good Xenoblade Chronicles videos that he's doing. And actually just recently did a Majora's Mask live stream today, actually. So, yeah. If you're looking for some nice, chill content, I recommend his channel. Alright, and that is all for now. It's been 40 minutes. I am going to sign off for now and grab something to eat. And I think this one here wants to as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in a few weeks when the DLC comes out. And that anime episode. That too, because that's coming out the same week. Oh boy, I got my plate full.